Konnichiwa, yokoso SFU ni. Good evening. On behalf of the Department of World Languages and Literatures, I'm honored to welcome the Deputy Consul General of Japan, Consul Okagaki, and also our FASS Associate Dean, Dr. Heidi, and the Director of the Japan Foundation, Ms. Yamamoto, and also our business representative, Mr. Okamoto. Yeah. And also welcome our faculty members, students, and friends. Thank you for coming today in celebrating the long-anticipated launch of the Japanese Studies Certificate. Today's event is held at the SFU's Burnaby campus, which sits on unceded traditional territories of the Coast Salish peoples, including the Teslay, Watus, Coquitlam, Squamish, and Musqueam nations. When I was in my college years, I was interested in Japanese drama and culture. So I studied Japanese for a few years. I was able to do very basic sentences like "watashi wa chugoku no gaku-san desu," then "o genki desu ka?" and "ima nanchi desu ka?" and "itadakimasu" is one of my favorites. Yeah, if only my university had offered a Japanese certificate, I'm sure my Japanese would be much better than now. SFU has been offering Japanese for over 40 years now. It evolved from a few courses in the Asia-Canada programs to the Language Training Institute and to the current 8 courses in the full certificate program as part of the Department of World Languages and Literatures. Till today, Japanese remains one of the most popular language programs at SFU. Every year, the Japanese program serves an annual enrollment over 900 students. And currently, there are over 60 students enrolled in the Japanese Studies Certificate. I would like to take this opportunity to express our appreciation for the continuous support of the FASS Dean's Office. This will be an exciting evening full of unique Japanese culture experiences, including a language exhibition by our students, performative arts, authentic Japanese treats, and a job fair. The event was organized by our Japanese senior lecturer, Dr. Noriko Take, with SFU, our department's event coordinator, Adlan Razamand. And now let me pass the floor to today's MC, our today's star, Dr. Take, who will introduce tonight's rundown and our honorable guest.
Wow, this is a standing ovation. There's a more chair here. You can sit down. Thank you for all coming. And as our department chair said, this is a very special occasion. But a lot's happening, so I'm going to keep it short. And everybody, distinguished guests, need a long introduction, but I'm going to keep it short. So please welcome joining our first speaker. Right? さん、Deputy Consul General Satomi さん、Okagaki さん、お願いできますか。じゃあ、お願いします。
皆さん、こんばんは。こんばんは。Good evening, everyone. My name is Satomi Okagaki. I'm Deputy Consul General of Japan, based in Vancouver. 今日は皆さんにお会いできて、光栄です。It is my great pleasure to say a few words on behalf of Consul General of Japan. Today's Canada-Japan relationship continues to develop in a wide range of fields, and its importance is growing. This is especially the case as the world becomes more complex and unstable and facing severe geopolitical challenges. We are pleased to notice that mutual interest between Japan and Canada continue to grow, and trade relations and personnel exchanges have become more active. With the creation of this certification program, I am pleased to see the continued interest in Japanese language and culture among Canadian students. And the certificate will be valuable in allowing students to build competency in the Japanese language and to get to know Japan by exploring courses related to Japan from different departments. I hope it will inspire many students to become more involved in the relationship between Japan and Canada during their academic years and in future. After this ceremony, I understand there will be a job fair and cultural activities. And I believe this is an excellent opportunity for students to meet and connect and speak directly with professionals and learn more about instant experience of business. The Japanese government, we also supports exchange program like JET program. As also we offer government scholarship. So please come to our booth. Our staff will be there to welcome you and explain our Japanese government's programs. So finally, I'm pleased to acknowledge the Simon Fraser University's tremendous effort in making this program happen. Thank you so much. And I wish you all the best with the new program. I hope you everyone enjoy the rest of this evening. どうもありがとうございました。皆さん、今晩どうぞ楽しんでください。また後ほどお話しできればと思います。
ありがとうございました。Thank you, a kind word and explaining story. So thank you so much, your speaking Deputy Consul General Okagaki さん。じゃあ、shall we have a next speaker? Next speaker is from SFU, Associate Dean from FASS, Dr. Dai Heidi.
Good evening and welcome. I'm the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences Associate Dean for Learning and Teaching and Student Experience. I am really thrilled to be here with you this evening to celebrate the launch of the new Japanese Studies certificate in the Department of World Languages and Literatures at SFU. First and foremost, I wish to extend a warm welcome to our distinguished guests, Ms. Satomi Okagaki, Deputy Consul General of Japan. Thank you for honoring us with your presence. It's heartening to know that our efforts in FASS do not go unnoticed and to feel this kind of support. I'd also like to welcome Ms. Noriko Yamamoto, Director of Japan Foundation. It is a great honor to welcome you here all the way to Vancouver from Toronto. The Japan Foundation's unwavering commitment to promoting Japanese language learning and cultural exchange is invaluable, and your presence here today honors us. We're gathered to launch the new Japanese Studies certificate, which is a milestone for our university and an invitation to students to immerse themselves deeply or more deeply in the richness of Japanese language and culture. As many of you will know, international engagement is a central goal of the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences and of Simon Fraser University more broadly. SFU prides itself, and I'm going to slip briefly into cliche here, on being the engaged university, as you all know, a university for its community and the communities of its students, staff, and faculty. But importantly, this doesn't only mean that SFU is a university for Vancouver or for British Columbia. The SFU community is itself a global community, and knowledge acquisition is not inherently a local enterprise. And so SFU's mission requires that our engagement extend across natural, geographical, and cultural barriers. The Japanese Studies certificate embodies this spirit of internationalization. Not only does it offer our students a chance to experience and learn Japanese language and culture, an experience they very well might otherwise have missed, but it also prepares our students not only to excel in their fields, but to do so with a broader and more inclusive worldview. These students will find themselves in study abroad programs and in co-op programs that value their Japanese language abilities. Eventually, they will find themselves in careers that they wouldn't have imagined years earlier. At its heart, then, this certificate is more than just a mere academic credential. It embodies a bridge, a tool for global connection. In a world where our actions and understanding are increasingly intertwined, language learning serves as a powerful vessel for building empathy, understanding, and collaboration across cultures. Our hope, then, is that this certificate will inspire students to become lifelong learners of the Japanese language, cultural ambassadors who contribute to strengthening ties between Canada and Japan. Once again, I'm profoundly grateful to Ms. Satomi Okagaki and Ms. Noriko Yamamoto for your presence and support. We look forward to the collaboration and cultural exchanges that this program will inspire. To our students, faculty, and partners, thank you for believing in the vision of this program. Together, we are building a future in which language genuinely unites us. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Heide. We worked very hard, but without the FASS help, we couldn't be here. We couldn't complete the certificate. So on behalf of our department, I'm sincerely thank you help. And please join me welcoming next speaker, especially if someone fly from Toronto to be here and to celebrate with us. So please come, Mr. Miss Noriko Yamamoto-san, よろしくお願いします。
Good evening and こんばんは、皆様。Associate Dean, Dr. Dai Heidi, and Department Chair, Dr. Gia Fei, and then Undergrad Chair also be present here. Yes, okay, sorry for that. Professor Bud Bantita, and also Vice Consul General, Ms. Satomi Okagaki, President of Blue Tree Books, Mr. Hiro Okamoto, and all distinguished guests. My name is Noriko Yamamoto. I am the Executive Director of the Japan Foundation Toronto, and I'm thrilled to be here to celebrate on behalf of the Japan Foundation for this launch of the Japanese Studies Certificate Program at Simon Fraser University. First, I'd like to extend my heartfelt congratulations to the dedicated faculties, professors, and staff at the SFU for their efforts in bringing this fantastic program to fruition. In the current challenging situation faced by area studies and language studies, the launch of a new program focusing on Japan is a truly wonderful news. As an organization that promotes Japanese language education and Japanese studies across Canada, we're truly greatly encouraged by this news. Looking back, since the establishment of the Japanese Studies course in 1994, SFU has continued developing its Japanese program while responding to the needs of the students. SFU is also one of the few institutions in Canada that develops and offers a master program focusing on East Asia through its Global Humanities Department, for example, making it a leading university in these multidisciplinary global studies. I can only imagine that the launch of this new certificate program has been a long-held aspiration, and I wanted to express my heartfelt respect for the people who have persistently made this a reality, especially Professor Naoko Takei and Professor Chie Furusawa, and their many years of contribution. It was also a great pleasure for us to support the animated video project conducted by Takei Sensei during the pandemic. It was really fantastic and very much helpful for the learners. So, as many of us know, the years of 2028 and 29 will mark the 100th anniversary of Japan and Canada diplomatic relations. And approaching this centennial year, I'm delighted to see such tangible advancement, strengthening the foundation for continued friendship and understanding between the two countries. So thank you very much for inviting me. And then I'm very honored to be part of this memorable moment. And congratulations once again. Thank you.
ありがとうございます。Thank you, Mr. Yamamoto. I really appreciate it. If you notice, she came with a suitcase. That means she's going to fly back to Toronto right after this. So it's obviously she's really squeezing it, busy schedule to be here or to be with us. So thank you again. じゃあ、our final speaker, I'd like to welcome Miss Okamoto Hiroさん。よろしくお願いします。
Hi, SFU. Well, I'm the last person to speak, so maybe I will speak just 30 minutes. Joking. Well, my name is Hiro Okamoto. I have a long-term relationship with Takei Sensei. And then she asked me to come up to the stage and to say a few words. So I'm thrilled to say some. Well, as a business person, well, I don't know what should I say, but well, I'm a business person, but also I'm currently working with some educational institution to have some sort of a collaboration between education and the business. So, I can say something about that. I came to Vancouver back in 92, so 32 years before. Well, my first impression about Vancouver was, oh, this is just gorgeous, super and natural British Columbia. And then, well, I had been visited almost 33 countries prior to coming to Vancouver, and I'm so impressed about the city. I thought that, this is a city I could dedicate. And then, as a matter of fact, that I'm here still. Last 3 decades, I have been involving about real estate development business, mainly building high-rise condos to a senior care facility. Also, I do have another business line. It's called Japanese book, importing and distributing business. So, well, as a matter of fact, it's called the Blue Tree Books. Blue Tree Books is the only Japanese book distributor in Canada. And then SFU is obviously one of our important clients. And then the textbooks that you guys, purchased is most likely from us. Thank you very much. Well, let's see. So today we have a small kiosk over there, and then we are trying to introduce some Japanese brand new books, some anime-related books, or even anime goods that you may be interested in. Some of them maybe you are interested about Japanese cooking book. Well, we may have some, so please take a look. You may be interested about that. We have just a physical store in Toronto, but we are participating this type of the events quite often. So you may see our name, Blue Tree Books. Okay. By the way, I'm very proud of that. I'm very surprised by seeing so many Japanese learners here in SFU. Interestingly, English is very common language to communicate with someone in the world, except Japan. Well, as you may know, Japanese start to learn English since I think 80 years old now. At least, so everybody, at least they're studying about 10 years. But unfortunately, they don't speak English fluently. This is because they don't have enough English-speaking environment. It's the island, mostly occupied by Japanese, so there's no opportunities of speaking. So that's a little bit sad part. However, looking at the Japanese companies, Sony, Toyota, Honda, or even what I call well, there are a few in Vancouver, right? Muji or whatever. There are so many Japanese companies, trying to expand their business in overseas. Also, Japan is quite a famous country for sightseeing. As far as I understand, actually, I've been counting how many people coming to Japan this year. Most likely, it's going to be 35 million people coming to visiting to Japan. That's a historical high. Well, so Japan is very, very popular from inside and outside. But unfortunately, we have some lack of communication. But also, well, from business perspective, not only a language issue, but also international common sense, as well as international business management skills. Those are still in lack, unfortunately. Well, so as a business person doing the business both in Canada and Japan, well, I believe, and I'm for sure, you guys have a pretty good opportunity of finding a good experience working in Japan, if you wish to do so. I have a good friend who's working in university in Kyoto. I met him a couple months ago, and we drank quite heavily, actually. He's from Nova Scotia, Halifax, actually. And then, well, while we've been chatting, I asked him, did you miss lobster? And he said, yeah, it's mixed feeling. But he said, oh, but I still love Japan and Japanese atmosphere. And he committed to work in Japan for on a long-term basis. He loved Japan. Well, probably what he was saying was that it's so exciting. It's so new experience, so much discoveries and energy and fun. So probably what I can tell you is that, well, going to Japan, if possible, that would be a great experience for everybody to understand a little bit more than a language, experience, knowing Japan or knowing Japanese face. And also, I want to tell you that Japan has a long-term history, great tradition. Also, what I say, yeah, yeah, and thoughts. Japanese thoughts is quite unique too. So I wish you could go there and then have a nice and then experience. I would say that Japan is one of the most advanced countries in the criteria of happiness, safety, and security. I hope I hope your interest is not only limited to anime, cooking book, or KonMari, but also step forward understanding and experiencing Japan. Thank you very much.
Okamoto-san, ありがとうございます。Thank you, Mr. Okamoto. And we had the last speaker, but I'd like to share. I mean, we couldn't invite your senpai, former student who studied Japanese here, but I get them on the tape. So you're going to hear a few words from them.
SFU alumni. This is my second time living in Japan after doing the JET program immediately after my undergrad. I then came back to BC, went back to school to become a BC licensed teacher, and then worked as a public school teacher for a bit. I now live in Tokyo and have been living here since 2020. I work at a BC offshore school and teach junior high students BC English Language Arts, Math, and Science. It is a great opportunity for me to use the skills and experiences that I had in BC and apply them here to my workplace in Japan. Japan is a great place to work and live, and many opportunities await you.
Hey everyone. As someone who's both lived, worked, and studied in Japan, I can definitely say I had a lot of questions going into that learning experience of studying and speaking Japanese. Needless to say, there's so many things that can happen when you open yourself up to learning a new language. And Japanese is an excellent choice. So, to all the new students and excited learners, really open yourself up to this process because you'll never know where it's going to take you.
Hello, my name is Joy, and I came to Japan on a working holiday last December. I spent my first 4 months working at a ski resort, and have since been traveling around the country, visiting places for a couple of days, or spending more time while working for accommodation, guest houses, and farms. For example, I'm working at a kabocha squash farm right now, and the mostly home the one that they can't sell. So together with the people I'm living with, every day we've been trying out new kabocha recipes. These longer stays have allowed me to learn more about the places and people, and have a little glimpse into the daily lives that unfold here.
Hi everyone, I'm Ben. I graduated from SFU in 2018 with a BFA in music composition, and I have been living in Nagasaki since 2021. I'm currently on the JET program as an English teacher teaching in 1 junior high school and 2 elementary schools, and I'm planning to go study at a Japanese music school in 2026. I took my first Japanese course on a whim back in 2016 where I met the wonderful Take Naoko sensei, as well as a few other people that I'm still friends with today. This led me to study abroad in Osaka for my last semester, and then work in a Japanese company in Vancouver after graduation. The journey you're about to embark on will be challenging, but it can also be life-altering. For me, learning Japanese was always about having fun and opening doors to communication, and I honestly never expected it to lead me to live and work in Japan. I wish you all the best and hope that you'll come to love Japan and its culture as much as I have. And if you ever feel like you've hit a wall, just remember that there will always be a Japanese person to say, "Oh, 日本語上手ですね." 頑張ってください.
Thank you watching the video. Yeah. And so this almost concluded the first part of a ceremony. I mean, ceremony itself is almost ending, but I'd like to take a few minutes to mention another attendee from SFU, Dr. Atwansin, and she's the director of Global Asia, and Global Asia course is one of elective course when you're pursuing a Japanese certificate. Unfortunately, she's not going to stay too long, but if you have a moment, you can go and ask her about the Global Asia program. And another professor from politics science, Dr. Kawasaki. Kawasaki sensei, arigatou gozaimasu. He teaches politics science now? No, yeah. So also politics science, the Japanese topic, right? So also one of the elective courses. So he's definitely going to stay for onigiri, so you can ask him for this. Yeah. And am I supposed to talk about certificate a little bit? Okay, I was asked. Certificate, this is the reason you are here, right? Very simple. All you have to take is 6 courses. And when all language courses is 3 credits, right? So another way to say it, to get that certificate, you need 18 credits. Typically 6 courses. And at this moment, we have 7 Japanese courses, 7 different level. 7 different courses. Level-wise, maybe 3. And if you complete all of them, simply you can get the certificate. The other option is 5 Japanese courses plus 1 elective, like I said, as politics science and global Asia and Japanese history. Then, and also 6 credits could be transfer credit. If you study different college before you came to SFU, that will count. And I know some of them skipped the very beginner's class, Japanese 100, 110, and you may worry you may not have enough. That 6 credit from a previous college credit would be transferable, counted towards your certificate. Any questions you can ask me during ceremony. Maybe I don't know how well they're organized, but maybe we can briefly have a 10 minutes break.
Yeah. So if you're interested in the Japanese certificate program,
Oh, yeah.
we have all the information on the booth table. So basically, the requirement is for lower division language courses plus 2 can be language and can be other electives. Yeah. So and also the other side we have the food and the job fair.
We
I know
don't
food
mention
is
food yet. Lots of job fair, including volunteer work. There's some you can find some. Yes, student exhibition would be back in here. We're gonna pack up with all this chairs are moved. So job fair is gonna be the other side. You're gonna meet and come back here. You're gonna meet the student who taking other Japanese courses. Then you can ask them questions. Okay. Right. Finally, thank you so much for everybody coming and staying in this long. Let's get the party started. Yeah.